Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. Today is Saturday, August the 5th, 2023, and this is Flosstube number 48. Welcome to my channel, where the whips are real and the plans are fake, sort of. If you are new to my channel, I would like to welcome you. This is a channel where I talk about my cross stitch. I do all different kinds of projects, full coverage, non-full coverage, smalls, bigs, mediums. I usually have something that everybody likes. That's not how I wanted to say that. I usually have something for everyone. Like, you may not like some of the stuff, but you might like some other stuff. That's what I was trying to say. So if you are not already subscribed and you like what you have to see, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. I usually post about every 2 weeks. If you are returning to my channel, I would like to welcome you back. Thank you so much for following along in this journey and all the fun. But yeah, so if you're new and this is your first time watching me, I did a whip parade at the end of the year last year. I thought I had 140 whips, but I only had 139 because I don't know how to read a spreadsheet. And I made a goal for every single whip. And if I said in the whip parade that if I met that goal, I would do a new start for every day in 2024. It ain't gonna happen. Some of these goals are like astronomical, so it's not gonna happen. But we're still gonna try, and I'm still going to start a bunch of new stuff next year. I have had no new starts this year, which is very unusual for me. But that does not mean that I have not been getting stuff to start for next year. One of the things is, if you have not seen it, Fiberlicious and Bella Filipina teamed up to do a stitch along called Mermaids of the Season. And I got it. It's my first Bella Filipina purchase. And I mean, it's a mystery stitch along. So, but I got the pattern, and of course, and I got the fabric, the recommended fabric from Fiberlicious, and the bead pack. I'm gonna source the specialty threads myself because it calls for a lot of Krynic, which I don't like. So I'm going to see if I can just sub it out for petite rainbow gallery threads or whatever. Yeah, it calls for a lot of DMC. I think it was like 62 colors, but it's like 4 different mermaids. It's a mermaid for each season. And I think that it's going to start being released in, does it say it on here? I'm not starting it this year. I feel like it's going to be released once a month starting in September, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I got it. So I'm just waiting for my stuff to arrive. I feel like it's going to start in September because it was just released like the other week and they have to ship stuff out. So, Gracie, no. Scratching at the screen. So I'm just gonna hold on to it until next year, and that'll be one of my new starts next year. Let's see, I have a lot to talk about. Oh, I signed up for my first retreat. I am super duper excited. I signed up for Stitching in the Springs in Ohio this November. I know that Alara will be there. I know that Suki will be there, Suki the Brown-Eyed Stitcher. And one of my stitching friends, Jennifer, also signed up for it. So I'll know 3 people there. I've always been a little hesitant, one because of cost, but also because even though I seem like I'm really fun to be around, which I really am, but I don't do well with people I don't know. Like, if you put me into a room full of strangers, I will just sit there in silence the entire night until somebody approaches me and starts talking to me. I don't do well with initiating conversation. And if I don't know anyone, I'm very uncomfortable and I don't say anything. I just watch people. So, but I know 3 people there. So I'm okay with it. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. So if you're going to be going to Stitching in the Springs in Yellow Springs, Ohio this November, look for me. But you're going to have to be the one to say hi, because I will not. I will just be like, so, but yeah, come up and say hi. Even if I look mean, like even if I look like I'm pissed off, just say hi anyway, because that's just my face. Like when I'm just like, especially if I'm concentrating on something, I'm like, I look mad, and I'm not. That's just my face. I have resting bitch face like nobody's business. So yeah, very excited about that. Okay. I have a lot of stuff to show you. I worked on 14 projects. I got to finish. If any of you are in any of the groups I'm in Facebook, I think I only posted it in one group. I think I posted it in Dizzy Stitcher's group, my finish. I think he's the only one his group is the only one I posted in. But I did message it to all of my like game groups, my finish. So I got to finish, and I worked on 14 projects. Here's my board. So if you've never watched me before, I will pull my projects out of a basket. I pull more than what I know I'm going to work on, so that it's a mystery as to what I'm going to work on for you. And I'll write down the project, what the goal is, how many stitches I did, if I worked on it, and then if it was my light, and then if it was done, I write done in green. So yeah, I have four goals completed. Not a whole lot compared to some other ones, other weeks, but I got 4 goals completed. Worked on 14 projects, so that was a project a day. There was a couple of these that I could have done if I had worked on them more than one day, or if I had been able to start earlier. Then I think one night I didn't start stitching until like probably almost 10 o'clock at night, so it's whatever. Yeah, so, and then somebody was asking me about my spreadsheet that I use. I printed out the spreadsheet because my kids were playing with my computer while I was at work yesterday, and the battery's almost dead. So it is on the charger right now. So I went ahead and printed this out so that when I did my my pics later. You know what? One moment, talk amongst yourselves, because it's getting really windy out, and Gracie's on the porch, and I think she wants to come in. So, one moment, please talk amongst yourselves. Gracie, come on. Okay, I'm back. All right. Yeah, it's getting windy. I think it's gonna rain again. Shocker for Florida. So anyway, I printed out, what I did was I have a spreadsheet, and it's basically kind of like, it's on 2 pages because of how wide it is, but I have my WIP, the designer. At the end of the year when I listed everything out, I put my starting point as best as I could. If it was something like some of these dimensions kits, I put NA because I wasn't sure how to do that. Like how to count what I had done already. And then on the second page, I put my end of the year goal, and then if I've worked on it, how many stitches I've done. The completed goals I have like kind of like cut out of the spreadsheet because it was going to end up being like 8 pages, because the WIPs I have remaining is a total of 4 pages. I mean, it's 2 pages, but it's on 4 sheets of paper. So I cut out the goals I have completed already, and they're on a different page of my thing. So, but yeah, that's all I did. And then regarding like making the goals, you'll see if you watch my WIP parade at the end of the year, like I literally held a piece up and I was like, I think I want to do this. That's how I ended up saying that I wanted to have like 9 finishes this year, which is not going to happen, I'm sure. Anyway, so my stuff is getting smaller and smaller. Like I have this now, and I only have one box of whips to pull from now because all the other ones, like I've gotten that many goals done that I was able to clear out an entire bin and combine it into one. So let's go ahead and get started with showing this stuff because I've been rambling for 10 minutes. What do I want to show you first? Do I want to show you the whips that I worked on that didn't get completed? Or do I want to show you no, I'll show you the completed stuff first. So the first thing I'm going to show you is my finish. This is an old Dimensions kit. This is one of those ones that everyone keeps ragging me about that I haven't finished. This is like 25 years in the making. Wild Call in Winter, it's from Creative Accents, which was a branch of Dimensions. And I started this back in like probably 2001 because that's the copyright on here. So I probably bought it and started it around then. And I had the cross stitching done for a hot minute. And I just needed to finish the back stitching. And I did. So it's dirty as all get out. It has to be washed still and ironed. I have tape on the edges because that's what you did back then. And so yeah, let's see if I can get this in closer. That's my finish. Wild Call in Winter from Creative Accents. Got all the back stitching done finally. So what I ended up doing was I was struggling with the back stitching on Dimensions kits because it'll have you go like 7 stitches and then 2 stitches and then 1 stitch and then 7 again. And it's so annoying. So what I ended up doing was I kind of used the pattern as a guide and I just did my own thing. Like the colors are where they're supposed to be, but it's not precise compared to the pattern, but it still looks good. So I discovered that it is much easier for me to backstitch these kits if I just kind of use the pattern as a guide and then I put the backstitching where I feel like it looks good. So yeah, all done with that mess. Super happy about that. Oh, finally. So I need to set this aside so I can wash it. I'll put that over there. Okay. Next up is a goal that I have completed. I'll do the ones I've finished first, and then I'll go over the other stuff. This is from Kitty and Me Designs. This is called Morning Glory. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. My goal for this was to do 500 stitches. I said on the pink flowers, and I always forget that there's a lot more stitching than I think there is on stuff. All right, how did I have it? I mean, it's a mandala, so everything looks the same, no matter what direction you put it, but this is how it was working. So I got my 500 stitches done. I'm doing this on a 16 count Aida in the color, no, I think it's a 16 count Aida in the color Dirty. I believe it's 16, could be 14, I don't know. Looks like it might be 16. Anyway, I got my 500 stitches done. That's where I'm at so far. And it's kind of hard for you to see it on the camera, but you can see it in person just fine. All these right here, this is supposed to be Krynic, but I had a silver, like a white petite treasure braid, and so I used that instead. And it's really cute, like it's like shiny in person, like little jewels. But I got 500 stitches done on that. I'm enjoying it so far. I was hoping to kind of work my way over to one of the butterflies, but I got my goal done before I got there, so. All right, put that over there. Next up is a gnome from, okay, now her website is cutebroidery.com, so that's the site I'm gonna link you to down below. I'm gonna have everything I can, I'll link, I'll put a link down below where you can get it, whether it's from Etsy or 123 Stitch or one of the full coverage websites. I'll do that. If I can't, then I'll just make a note that I can't do that. So anyway, I'm gonna hold it back here because, yeah, because that's the whole thing. But this is Hot Cocoa Gnome from Cute Broidery. My goal for this was to do 500 stitches on it, and I think I said in the hat, but I had it on a Q-snap and I did not feel like moving it around. So I got 500 more stitches on it. So I did all of this over here and I worked on some of this up here. So yeah, I started working on this up here, and then I was working on this red and I didn't feel like counting up to work on red, so I just came over here and started filling all that in. So there's that. It's turning out really cute so far. And this is the one I believe I did some color changes to. I was able to upload the cross stitch portion in Pattern Keeper. And I wanted the colors to be like this, but when you look at the pattern itself, it's like kind of those orangey reds, which I did not like. So I played around with the colors until I found colors I did like. So, but I don't remember what I did. Okay. Next up, I had talked about making this one a UFO because it was really hard for me to read the pattern because I had made a copy of it. This is Proverbs. It is out of Just Cross Stitch magazine, February of 2016. This magazine right here. And let me find the cover. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. It says, for wisdom will enter your heart and knowledge will fill you with joy. Wise planning will watch over you. Understanding will keep you safe. And I had all this done and I had part of this flower done, and I didn't realize because all I had was like that. Like I had made copies of the pattern. I didn't make a copy of the photo. And then, so I was thinking that it was just like that right there and I was going to be done. And I'm like, oh, that'll be easy. And I was having a hard time figuring out where I was on the pattern. And then I found the magazine finally. And I was like, oh my God, there's so much more stitching. And I don't like the fabric. However, I pulled it out last night and I was like, all right, let me try to work on this a little bit and see if I can, if I don't like it, kind of like I did with that wedding sampler thing that I had. I was like, let me start working on it, and if I don't like it, then I'll UFO it. But I was able to tolerate it, and I got another 500 stitches done. So I got a lot of the stitching in the flower done, and let me do this. Hang on. Let me kind of fold it so I can show you where I worked. So I got a lot of stitching in this flower done. I did this leaf, this little yellow flower, and then I came over here and I started working on this over here, the blue one. Looking at the pattern in the magazine, it was much easier to follow than my paper copy, so it's not that bad. And I'm stitching in hand, so it's a little bit easier for me with this linen. I still won't voluntarily stitch on the linen because I don't like it, but this one's it'll be okay. It looks good on this colored linen, so I'm gonna keep rolling with it. But yeah, there's that. That's the whole thing so far. Okay. Oh, I can get rid of this. I don't need that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. Okay. So those are all my completed goals. So now I'm going to show you stuff I worked on that I did not complete. So it's going back in the basket to be drawn out again. Next up is one of my Modern Folk embroidery sals. This is the Fruits of Plenty. This was the 2021 stitch along. I've seen so many different color conversions of this. They all look really nice. I'm doing mine a little bit different. I'm doing mine on let me show you the fabric real quick. Let me see if I can get a good. It's actually kind of more orangey. It's more orangey in person. It's not the greatest, but anyone who's tried to take a picture of something understands. It's not, yeah, it's coming out very pale. It's actually a little bit more it's called Pumpkin Spice, and it's a fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics. This is a 20 count Aida. And that's where I'm at. I got 500 stitches out of 1,000 that I wanted to complete. So I am doing this in the brown. I'm doing it in 3 different colors. And so what I'm doing is the main 2 colors are the brown and the orange, which is 838 and 946. And then I'm going to be sprinkling the green, which I think is, oh, I have it written down somewhere, 3045. Hang on. I have it written down in this one. The green, 3345. So I'm going to sprinkle the green in throughout, but the main colors are going to be brown and orange. And oh, wait, that's a little bit better. Main colors are brown and orange on the pumpkin spice fabric. So I thought it was kind of cool to have it be like a fall kind of thing. I also have the stitch along from this year, the Reaching Skyward one. That's in this bag now. I'll be excited if I pull that one out. I really love the fabric on that one and the color choices I made for it. So anyway, so that's that. My goal was 1,000 stitches and I did 500, so I need 500 more. Next up is a full coverage piece from the Cross Stitch Studio. And let me just pull it up on my pattern keeper. That's not what I wanted. Hang on, it's being dumb. Here we go. So Mr. Cardinal from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by, let me see, Dempsey Essick. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I love that bird. Love him so much. This is 190 by 317, and it's got 86 colors. And my goal for this was, Mr. Cardinal, to get it to 2%. I needed 1,000 stitches to do it. I did 600. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. So I put 600 stitches in on this, and I am now at 1.33%. So I have 800 stitches done out of 60,230. Isn't that pretty? So there's that. So 400, where'd it go? 400 more stitches and I should be at 2%. So I think one more, if I mathed right. So one more stitching session and that will be good to go. Okay, next up is Honeymoon Sunset. This is also from the Cross Stitch Studio. And I will be bringing, I don't know if I'm going to be working on it at the retreat, but I will be bringing it at the request of Alara. But this is Honeymoon Sunset. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. I love this piece so freaking much. I absolutely love it. This is 869 by 649. It has 133 colors. And my goal for this is to get it to 30% by the end of the year. And I was trying to see Honeymoon Sunset. So to get that, I needed another like 5,085 stitches. And I did 1,240. Now let me think of where I did them. Oh, I did them in the bottom corner. So I'll show you where I'm at, where I worked on first, because I am now at 29.14%. I'm getting close. But let me show you where I worked. I'm doing this 2/1 10th stitch on a 25 count easy count Lugana. I worked in this bottom corner and I had a bunch of parked threads down here. I had a bunch of parked threads down here and I got them all worked in. in this is the bottom left corner. I'll show you the rest of it in just a minute. But I did 1,240 stitches, and I got all those threads worked in, and then I just started picking colors and trying to fill in to get this bottom section worked on. And I have a bunch of park threads scattered all over the place. I mean, mainly up in this top left corner, but I am at 29.14%, and this is the one that is furthest along out of all of my full coverages. Look at that. So I started in the upper left-hand corner, and then even though I know I could have just counted the blocks to make sure I had enough fabric, I got paranoid I didn't have enough fabric. So I worked my way across to the upper right-hand corner, started filling that in, and then I worked my way down to the bottom right-hand corner, and then I said, you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and do all the corners? So I worked my way down to the other corner. And then I just started doing random things. So that's where that is. So I will be bringing this with me to Stitching in the Springs. And I think the next time I work on this, I probably work on getting all these park threads in. Like getting them filled in. So 29.14%, it's getting close. So I think I need another 3,840 stitches to get this done. So maybe 2 or 3 more stitching sessions, 3 at the most. Wait, 3,000. I'm doing tent stitch, so oh god, now this is all caught. I think I can get this done in about 3 more sessions, because I cut my count in half because of my games, because tent stitch is 2 stitches counts as 1 full stitch, and I usually average about 500 stitches a day. Yeah, so 3 at the most, but if I pull this out and work it on a weekend, I would get more stitches in, so could be down into 2 stitching sessions, and that'll be done. Yeah. Okay. Next up is a piece from Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is Rainbow Castle Max Color. Let me find it on here. Here we go. Artwork is by Sarah Marchetti. This is 550 by 738. It's max color, so it's 239 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I wanted to get this to 1%. I needed 3,759 stitches to get that done. I got 400 stitches put in on it. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on 32 count easy count Lugana. And I got 400 more stitches in on it, so that's where I'm at right now with it. Upper left-hand corner start. Not much to look at. That's the downside about the full coverages, is that in the beginning, it's like, you know, 400 stitches on a smaller piece shows a lot, but on these big ones, it's like, here's a blob of color. It looks like nothing right now. Not very exciting. Not very exciting at all. My apologies. It'll get more exciting down the road. Okay, next up is from Stitch Rovia, and this is called Single Step. This is on her Etsy shop. It says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. My goal for this is to basically kind of get this section right here done. I wanted to get the lines over and under begins, and then I wanted to get this section right here done. Gracie. This is why I put her on the porch when I'm filming. She's going crazy. She's getting zoomies. I'm doing this on an 18 or a 16 count white opalescent Aida. I'm almost done with it, but I only did 400 stitches. This is one of my late night starts. I'm about to throw something in that direction. So I got 400 stitches on it. So I still have to finish up the stitching like over here and then the back stitching. still have to finish that stuff there. So one more stitching session and this one will be done. I pulled it out to see if I could maybe get it done after I did my goal for Proverbs, but no, that didn't happen. I got done with the goal and it was like kind of late and I was tired, so I was like, nah, forget it. Okay, next up is called Apple Pie Harvest. And this is from Charting Creations. Artwork is by Janet Kruskamp. And it is 475 by 356. It has 90 colors. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Isn't that pretty? So cozy. I love it. And my goal for this is to complete page 1. And I believe I needed about, I was trying to estimate, I needed about 4,000, but I think I counted wrong because, yeah, I'm almost done with it. So I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana, and you can see the lines where the page is. I'm almost done with it. So close. I think that the next time I pull this out, I think I will be done because it's pretty darn close. 99% sure that the next time I pull this out, this goal will be complete. So I definitely was off, but I was trying to estimate based, I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, next up is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Cats. And this is White Tiger Ghost. And artwork is by Jeremy Paul. This is 300 by 300. It has 59 colors. This is a crop of a larger piece. Look at the kitty. Meow. I really like this piece a lot. I'm doing this on a 14 count ivory Aida because that is what I had and it fit. And my goal for this is to get it to 5%. Am I right? Yeah, 5%, which was about 2,500 stitches. And I did 500. So this is where I'm at with it so far. I did an upper left-hand corner start. I'm doing it in diagonal blocks with parking because I don't trust myself on non-gridded fabric with this type of, like you see, like if I messed up a color, it would be way too obvious. So I am trying to stick to my guns as much as I want to go off on a tangent. I'm sticking to my guns and sticking with the block by block in the diagonal. And it looks like I'll complete this diagonal. And then, hang on. I was trying to see, complete this one. Yeah, so once I complete this one and then I do this one, the next diagonal will start the outline of his eye. But I won't get to the pretty blue of his eyes for like another diagonal or two. So, but yeah, so another 2,000 stitches and I should be at, I'm at 2.78% right now. So I think another 2,000 stitches and I should be at the 5%. Okay, I have 3 more projects. All right, next up is from Sugar Stitches, and this is called Cupid's Cafe. That's what it's gonna look like when it's done. It's 111 by 83. And I am doing this on a 28 count 2/2 baby pink fabric. I don't know who it's from. And my goal is to finish it this year. Because when I said I wanted to finish it, I did not realize how many stitches it really was. But I have done another 600. Where is it? Yeah, I did another 600 stitches on this. And I was kind of working all over the place because I'm stitching this in hand, so I would just kind of pick a color and roll with it and then move on to another color. Now what I will say is that this color right here is not the right color. It should be the darker color, and I'm seriously debating if I'm just gonna leave it and do the same thing on the other side. I think I might, because I don't want to pull that out. It should be the shade darker. So I think I'm just gonna leave it, and then because it's those two hearts, and you know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize it until after, of course, I had done it. But yeah, I think this is going to be one of the goals that does not get completed. It's a lot of stitching. I don't know why I didn't think it was that much stitching. I'm like, yeah, I could finish that, no problem. Okay, next up is one of my year-long goals. I'll be bringing this one with me to the retreat as well. And this is California Dreaming from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Jeff Haney. It is regular size max color. It is 700 by 501 and it has 240 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I adore this piece. Absolutely adore this piece. My year-end goal for this is to get it to 25%. I started the year, oh, I have it here. I started the year at 10.72%. So since the last time you saw this, I needed 32,590 stitches. I'm doing this on a 25 count, 2/110 stitch on a .25 count, easy count Lugana 2/110 stitch. The last time you saw it, I needed 32,590 stitches to get the goal done. I did another 1,604. I went back up to the top and worked on this palm tree up here. And basically it was just like filling colors in up here. So that's where that part is. I don't feel like pulling it out. Well, I'm currently at 16.18%. And you know what? I will pull it out of the Q-snap because I'm going to change locations again. So I'll go ahead and pull it out of the Q-snap so that I can show you overall where it's at. So I think I need another, what, 30,900 stitches? I'm trying to math. 32,590. We'll just say 32,500 minus 1,600, that'd be 31,500. Yeah, I think 30,900. So this is overall where I'm at with it. So I started up in the corner, left-hand corner. I've been working my way, I worked my way down to the bottom corner. That's where I'm at with it so far. 16.18%, I wanna get it to 25% by the end of the year. But yeah, I'll bring this with me to the retreat, so if you're going, you'll get to see it in person. I'm not ironing it. I don't care. I'm not even gonna apologize for the wrinkles. Wrinkles happen. They're a part of life. On your fabric, on your face. Wrinkles are good. Anyway. But yeah, so I'm gonna change the Q-snap again. I don't know where to yet. It's a surprise for all of us, including me. So I will put that back in the bag. Not 100% certain if I'm gonna get this goal done. We'll see. All right, last piece. This one's definitely coming to the retreat too. I will not be working on it at the retreat though, because I need my magnifier. This is from Cross Stitch Studio, and this is Catching Rays by Abraham Hunter. This is my biggest piece I've ever had. It is 1,200 by 900. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. Isn't that gorgeous? Ooh, ah. Total stitch count, 1,080,000. My goal for this, my year-end goal, is to put in 30,000 stitches on top of what I had already done. Because I'm close to 30,000 total, but that's not where I started. Where I started was catching rays. What I started at was 13,924, 1.29%. Where I'm sitting at right now is 23,374 for 2.16%. But to get my goal done, last time you saw it, I needed 21,050, and I did another 500. I'm doing this one I'm not pulling out. I will pull it out when I finish this page and move on to the next one. You can look at my whip parade. I think it's the second part of the whip parade near the beginning. I pull this out of the Q-snap so I can show the whole thing. But I'm on page 1, 2, 3. Is this my 4th page? Oh, you know what? Screw it. All I have to do is this. There we go. I don't have to pull it all the way out of the Q-snap. There. I'm on page 4 of 180. I'm doing this page by page in a checkerboard. Just why not? Because why not? So that's the whole thing that I have so far. My fabric is all folded up. This is like half of it. Like you see, it's like folded. But yeah, those are the pages I've done so far. And then, hang on. I feel like I got through one of these pages so flippin' quick. And I feel like this page is taking me forever. But yeah, I did another 500 stitches on it. It's getting close to being done, I think, but I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count, easy count Lugana. Yeah, I can hear thunder. It's gonna rain. So yeah. Yeah, I feel like this page is taking forever for some reason. I don't know why. So when I'm done with this page, I'm working on this one right here. I think I'm gonna go down to this one. And then that will start giving me options of which direction to go in. Yeah. Okay. That's it. That's all my whips. Next up is the big board. All right. So, put those right there. Put those right there. There we go. Okay. Yay! Big board. Let's get these goals marked off that I've done. So if you haven't seen this, this is a board that I have all my whips written down on. And I'm keeping a tally of the goals completed up at the top. Blue's Clues marker. This thing is huge. I love it. My 10-year-old had me get this. He's like, Mom, you need a really big marker. You need this marker right here. I'm like, okay. Okay, so let me see. Winter Wolves is down here. Oh, it's called Wild Column Winter. Done. Hot Cocoa, no. Where's it at? Oh man, it's way up here. Oh, can you see? Barely. Oh well. Hot Cocoa, no. Done. Okay. Morning Glory. Done. And Proverbs. Way down here. Done. Okay. Let's bring this up here. Oh my God. Jesus. Okay. I'm struggling so hard right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 80? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. 75 goals. 75 goals done out of 139. Whoopsies. Sorry if that was really loud. So let's just admire this for a moment. I can't see. Look at all that black. Look at all those marked off goals. How exciting, huh? Isn't that exciting? I'm knocking stuff down. My goodness. All right. Oh my God. I am like really struggling with this. Okay. That was a workout. Okay. Oh, I'm back to the heavy bins again because heavy bin because I have all my projects down to one bin now. All right. Everybody's favorite part. Well, at least mine anyway, and some of you. My basket. So if you haven't watched me, I'm going to draw I'm going to draw at least 15. Once I draw 15, we'll see if I want to keep drawing more. I might draw 20. I don't know. I don't know why I keep doing this. Just pull one out already, Jen. Come on. So I'm going to draw out a whip. I'm going to show it to you. My starting point, you'll have to remember because as you see, I don't edit my videos. All right. Oh! Reaching skyward. That is literally the one I was just like, oh, I hope I draw it out so I can show you what I was doing with it. Woohoo! All right. This is the 2023 Stitch Along from Modern Folk Embroidery. And my colors for this one, wait, hold on. So I have my colors in here already. So that's what I have because I bought the PDF. So I just put it right into Pattern Keeper and changed the colors to what I wanted. Look at that. And the colors I'm using are 336 and 917. So a blue and a bright pink, a dark blue and a bright pink. And I'm doing this on another piece of Fabric of the Month from Mystic Fabrics. This one is called Polar Blue. This was from November of 2022. And this is the fabric. Look at that blue. This is my starting point. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited to get working on this. My goal for this, hang on. Let me pull my papers out. Okay, real quick. Reaching skyward. My goal for this is to do 1,000 stitches on it. So that's my starting point. I said 1,000 in the upper border, but we'll see what ends up happening with that. I might go off on a tangent. But yeah, that's my starting point. 1,000 stitches is my goal. I'm liking this one a lot. Okay. Hang on one second before I keep going. Let me try to do it this way. Let me put these back in here for right now. Did I move you? I don't think I did. Then I'll do this. I'll put those there. Okay. Hey, Mr. Whiskers. Hey, what you doing? Hey, hello, my boy. You want to come say hi? Oh. Oh. Say hi, everybody. It's Mr. Whiskers. He's got resting bitch face like I do too. He's not mad. Oh, get down. All right. Gracie never shows. I think she's camera shy. She's my gray and white cat. She never comes around. All right. Oh, next up is Library. And this is from Stitching Jules Design. She has a YouTube channel, Etsy store, website. I will link all of those down below. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I don't think I've even pulled this one out yet this year. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. All right, now time for the hunt. H. James Dean. Is this it right here? Let me see. Is this it? It is. Okay. That's my starting point. I don't know what I'm doing this on. I think it's like 20. I think it might be like a 25 or 25, 28 count, 25 count Summer Sky color. That's my starting point. And my goal is to get it to 5%, which is about 900 stitches. Yeah, I have not worked on this year. I am currently at 3.04%. So my goal is to get it to 5%. I'm doing this all in black, 1/1 full cross, right? Yeah, 1/1 full cross in black. That's where I'm at with it. All right. Stitching Jules has some color photos, decent amount of color photos, a lot of monochrome. She really likes charting monochrome designs, and I'm really liking a lot of them. I have 3. I have more stuff of hers that I'm going to start next year. Super exciting. Okay. Next up. Springtime Splendor. I don't know what I'm trying to show you. All right, Springtime Splendor. My goal is to get it to 4%. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Randall Spangler. It's that purple house. It's regular size, max color. It's 450 by 758, 236 colors. That's what it's gonna look like when it's done. So I wanna get it to 4%. And is this it? Oh, yeah, this is it. I want to get it to 4%, and I am currently at, I need you to turn. There we go. I'm currently at 3.43%. Here we go. I'm doing this 2/1 tent stitch on a 25 count easy count Lugana. That's my starting point. I think when I pull this out, hang on, it's all kinds of weirdly folded. Hang on a second. So that's my starting point with it. And I think when I pull this back out, I'm probably gonna try to get rid of these park threads over here, or maybe I'll come over here, ignore those park threads. Maybe I'll come over here and work on this house a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. We shall see. I do not know. I kind of want to get most of the background done, but I know there's a lot of confetti in that house, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna work. It's gonna be a surprise. Okay. All right. Next up is Christmas shops. There we go. Christmas shops. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Betsy something. Hang on, I gotta find it. Artwork is by Betsy Brown. And it's 900 by 700. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a sepia Christmas scene. Yeah, let me find it. That's not it. Oh, here it is. So I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana, upper left hand corner start. That is my starting point. My goal is going to be to get it to, I started the year at 0.08%, and my goal is going to be to get it to 0.5%. I am currently at 0.17%. I think I need about another 2,000 stitches on this to get this goal done. Okay. All right, next up is, why did I put that back in there? Wild Column Winter. That's the one I finished. Why did I put that back in there? I did this. I put the goals that weren't done, I put them in the completed goals thing and back in the basket before I started. And I think I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking it was like, I've been calling it Winter Wolves. And I think I wasn't thinking when I came across it. Anyway, Baby ABC. Baby ABC. This is a kit from Design Works. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I don't have anybody in particular that I'm going to be giving this to. I just really like this style, like the alphabet with something for every letter. I really like that style, so I got it. And this is my starting point with it. And my goal for this is to get 1,000 stitches completed on it. I've done 700, so I only need 300 more. So I'll probably come down here and keep working in this wheel to get my 300. Because my original goal was 1,000 stitches on the carriage handle, and I got the carriage handle done, so I came down and started working on this. So 300 stitches more, that one will be done. So I believe that will be at least one goal that I'll have complete. Next up is Joy. This is from Stitch Rovia. Is it in here? Yeah. This is from Stitch Rovia, and it's on her Etsy shop. I bought this in a set of 3 patterns, Joy, Hope, and Love. Love is completed. This is the one that I pulled right here. And I am doing it on black fabric. It's fireworks. Best seen on black fabric. That's my starting point. My goal for this is to finish it. So I'll probably try to get this out and work on it some. So there's that. It's a 14 count black Ada. I feel like I have to sneeze. Okay, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 right there. Okay, 6. All right, number 7. Haunted Library Sal. This is from Lola Crow Cross Stitch on Etsy. She put out a mystery stitch along called The Haunted Library, and she has one out right now that I think I'm gonna get. It's Greenhouse of Oddities. I've seen a lot of people stitching it. I'm liking how it's coming out so far. So I think I might get that to start next year. But this is, I gotta double check. I'm hoping, if you guys know, because I'm gonna forget as soon as I turn this video off, is chapter 9 the last chapter? Or am I missing one? I think chapter 9 is the last one. If you have this and you know for sure, can you let me know, please? I'm gonna forget. But yeah, this is what it's gonna look like when it's done, if this is the last chapter. My goal for this is to get the prologue completed. I started this November of last year and I only had like 1 day in on it, but my goal is to get November completed. So, or not, the prologue completed. I'm doing this on an 18 count vintage country mocha. That's my starting point. So I will most likely, because I have a thread hanging, oh my God, my nose itches. I will most likely come down here. What is that? Oh, it's just fuzz. I thought there was blue on here. I was like, oh my God. I will most likely come down here and try to work on getting this section over here worked on more. But yeah, that's my starting point for that one. So this is an 18 count vintage country mocha. I'm really liking it, how it is on here. All right. Da-da-da. Okay. Next. Halloween Quaker. This poor piece, I keep putting it off. I don't know why. Halloween Quaker from Lila's Studio. I've pulled it 3 times. I have not worked on it 1 time at all, like since I pulled it. I pulled it 3 times this year and I have not once worked on it. And I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't worked on it. Hang on, let me find it. That's what it's gonna look like. I like it. I like the fabric I'm doing it on too. I don't know. Shut up, Alexa. Stop. I don't know why I have not worked on it. And I like the fabric and I like the pattern. Like, it's just every time I go to pull it out, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm doing this on a 32 count vintage Stormy Night. That's my starting point. My goal is to do 1,000 stitches. You know, I had said I want to do 1,000 stitches to finish this and do this and stuff. And I think maybe that's my problem. Maybe I just need to go ahead and, because I said I wanted to finish the moon and stuff. I think that was my issue, was I don't have the white that it called for, and I don't recall the white that I subbed out. I think I did B5200, but I'm not positive. I have some of these other colors though. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bypass what I said, and I'm going to come down, I'm going to go up and work on the bats and that Quaker motif up here. I think that, let me just ignore the moon for a little while. And I'm gonna come up here and work on this part up here. Maybe that'll get me back into it. So it called for, hang on. While I have your attention. Ooh. I don't have the reds. Well, bamboo is the white. Bamboo is the white, and I don't have that. Lobster claw is a red. I don't have that. Honeycomb, I do have. Blackbird, I do not have. Smoke, hang on, honeycomb, I have smoke. Black coffee. Rainy day, is that one there. frog's legs, and sassy brass, and then black, like black, like 310 black. So I'm only missing a couple colors out of it, and the white I went ahead and subbed out, and I want to say it might have been B5200, but I'm not positive. Apparently I need another skein of black coffee. I don't know. Anyway. Anywho. So yeah, I think I'm gonna bypass that moon and I'm gonna go work on some other stuff on it. And then I think that will get me back into stitching on it, because it's a really cute, it's really nice. I like it a lot. But I've just, every time I go to work on it, I'm like, All right, next up is I Love You to Death. This is from Stitchman Darcy. Where's it at? I have at least one other of his patterns minimum. I don't remember if I have one or two that I'm going to be starting next year. So I'll link his shop and his channel down below. He has, I think he's taking a break from YouTube right now. I believe I remember him saying that on his last video. But where is it at? I have it up Pirate Keeper. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, tired. Where is it? Let me go back up to the top. I wish that there was a way that you could sort your patterns alphabetically on here and not just the order that you load them up. Where did it go? Am I just missing it? Oh yeah, I'm just missing it. It's like third row down. So this is I Love You to Death from Stitchman Darcy. That's what it's gonna look like when it's done. I don't even remember what I'm stitching this on. Some kind of smoky gray even weave. Actually, I think it's linen. I don't even think I was paying attention to the type. I usually hate stitching on linen, but I just bought the color that I thought would look good with it. This is my starting point. I have one tombstone stitched, but I still have to do the black around it, I think. My goal is, hang on, let me find my goal. Third one down. Get it to 30%. I am at 6.68%, but it's only 9,401 stitches, so it's not going to take much to get it to 30%. I think it's only going to be about 2,200 stitches to get it to 30%. So, you can put names in on the tombstones. On the thing, he has his wife and his and his wife's names. But I don't have a partner, so I don't know if I'm just gonna leave them blank or if I will maybe put my cats' names on there because they seem to have a love-hate relationship with each other. Might do that. Mr. Whiskers and Gracie Lou. Okay. Gift of the Eagle Feather. This is a really old dimensions kit. Is it? Okay. Gift of the Eagle Feather, copyright 1999. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I believe this is how it's oriented. I'm pretty sure, based on what this looks like and the mock-up, I believe this is how it looks. My goal for this is to do 500 stitches. I said left-hand edge of the sky, but we'll see how I feel when I pull it out. I might work on background on this, but 500 stitches on this piece. I gotta find where I'm at on it first. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right, next up is Sampler 124. Super exciting. I feel like I'm definitely going to work on this piece because, here it is. Because I think I'm gonna bring this one with me to the retreat too. I'm doing this this is from 123 X stitch. No, what is wrong with me? Back up. This is from 2x2 cross stitch. What the? 2x2 cross stitch. 2x2 X stitch. A 2x2 stitch art. Holy cow. Holy cow. 2x2 stitch art. Right? Wow, why can't I get that name? 2x2 stitch art. Whoa. Man. Too many designers out there. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm up here. Yeah, I'm up here. Upper left-hand corner start. And my goal for this is to... Jesus. Sampler 124. Get it to 10%. I pulled it out, but I had not worked on it because I couldn't remember what colors I was using, but then I found them. I'm doing this in a funky kind of way. That's where I'm at with it so far. It looks like I'm stitching with variegated thread, but I'm not. The boxes are in $37.99. I just realized I threw my notebook at the cats that had all my colors in it. $37.50, $38, $36, and like $38.04, I think. I can't remember now. I'll let you know when I show you again. But what I did was I loaded this up into Pattern Keeper and I set 20 stitch wide diagonals on it. And so I'm doing pink, 2 strands of pink, full cross. 1 strand of pink and 1 strand of purple, 2 strands of purple, 2 of pink, 1 each of pink and purple, then 2 of purple. And then I did 1 of blue, 1 of purple, 2 strands of blue, 1 strand blue, 1 strand pink, and then 2 strands of pink. And I'm just gonna do that all the way across. Look how cool that looks. I'm super duper excited. So I will definitely be, maybe I'll work on this today because I need to get it to 10% and I need, where's it at on my list? 10%, I need 1,100 stitches to get it to 10%. So if I work on this today or tomorrow, I could probably get this goal done. All right, there's 10. All right, next. Cupid's Cafe. I just showed it to you a little bit ago. So I'm not gonna pull it out again, but Cupid's Cafe, my goal is to finish it. Next up, Steampunk Sewing Machine. This goal will definitely get done. I can't believe I did this to myself. Where's it at? I'm hungry. I don't know why I do this. I should eat before I film. I do this every single time. Towards the end, I'm like, I'm hungry. Steampunk Sewing Machine. This is from Maya Stitch on Etsy. That's what it's gonna look like when it's done. My goal for this was to do 500 stitches on it, I think. Yeah, 500 stitches, and the last time I pulled this out, I did 400 stitches. So I literally need 100 stitches to get this goal done. I could have this thing done in 30 minutes. That's my starting point. Is that right? Yeah, that's my starting point. 100 stitches and this goal will be done. So yeah, bet your butt this is gonna be another goal completed. I can't believe I did that to myself. Like, really, Jen? Really? You couldn't throw 100 stitches in before you filmed the last time just to have another goal done? Like, come on. Okay. I was thinking that I wasn't going to be having a lot of completed goals this go round, but I think I've seen like a few that I could get done. All right, next up is jukebox. I pulled this last time, but I didn't work on it. And let me find it in here. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Sarah Marchetti. This is regular size max color. And it is 500 by 666, 238 colors. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I did an upper left-hand corner start. I am doing this on a 32 count, easy count Lugana 1/1 full cross. This is my starting point right here. That is not what it looks like. Get your mind out of the gutter. My goal is to get it to 0.5%. I need another 765 stitches to do it. I am currently at, I lost it again, hang on. Here we go. I am currently at 0.27%. So I think another 765 stitches and this goal will be done. Okay. Next up. Mini Tea and Books. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It is a pattern that I adopted from my friend Naomi because she was not going to work on it anymore. Here it is. So I actually have not worked on this. This is all Naomi's stitching right here. Hang on, I gotta make sure. One piece she had done on one corner and one piece she did in another corner. So I gotta make sure I show you the right way. Here it is. Artwork is by Bridget Ashwood. This is 275 by 275, 89 colors. That's what it's gonna look like when it's done. And, so I was about to show you the wrong way. There we go. This is being stitched on, looks like maybe a 25 count. It's either 25 or 28 count, easy count Lugana, 2 thread 10 stitch. And it is currently at 4.13%, 3,120 stitches done out of 75,625. And my goal for this is to get it to 6%. So I need about 1,400 stitches. I think that I could probably get this done in one session because that would be, it's 10 stitch, so it'll be 700 stitches, cutting that in half, which I could do on a good day, especially if it's all that brown background. So I can bang out some color blocking like nobody's business. So that's another possibility of a goal being done. Okay. Glory of Autumn. This is one of my back stitching pieces that I don't want to finish. Old Dimensions kit. I can hear some of you cheering right now. all the cross stitching is done. All I have to do is back stitch. But I finished Wild Call in Winter, and I like the way that I did that back stitching, so I might switch over and start doing it on this one too, where I just use it as a guide and not necessarily go exactly how it says. So we'll see if I end up getting this one done this time. I'm pretty sure I'll have it done by the end of the year. No guarantees, but 1, 2, 3. So that's 15. You want to pull out 5 more? Let's pull out 5 more. Why not? And then I'll go ahead and show you the rest of my year long, because I haven't pulled them all out in a while, so like at once. I'm not going to show the 2 I worked on, but okay, next up. Woo, no, don't fall. No, come back. It fell into my bag into like an abyss. Okay. All right. Next up is Believe. This is a small dimensions kit. Here it is. My goal is to finish it this year. We'll see if that happens. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is my starting point. So we'll see if that happens. I may pull that out. So one thing I had noticed, I said the last time, I accidentally did these all full crosses, and they're supposed to be half crosses. I don't know if I'm going to pull them out or leave them. I'm going to do everything else and save that little bit of border for last to see if I have enough floss. If I have enough floss, then I'll just leave it full crosses and I'll do the rest of it in full. But anyway, all right, 4 more. Aurora Cabin. This is another kit from Dimensions. It's a Dimensions Gold Collection. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Isn't that pretty? This is being stitched on a 16 count gray Aida. And this is my starting point. And my goal for this is to do 1,000 stitches, I think. Hang on. Aurora Cabin. Yeah, 1,000 stitches. I have not worked on this yet this year. And kind of focusing over here on the left side. So, yeah. Okay, next up. Snowy Delight. This is from Pain Free Crafts. Artwork is by Kaplan Dorr. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And my goal for this is, yeah, Snowy Delight. Get page 1 done, which was about 3,500 stitches. I had done 1,100 on it the last time you saw it. It's very pastel right now. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And that's my starting point. It's kind of hard to see. Right now it looks like a hot mess and it does not look good. I know. But it's upper left-hand corner start, and it is literally the top of the Christmas tree. So it looks like a disaster right now. But my goal is to get page 1 done, which is right there. So, should probably work on that one too. Okay, 2 more. move you? Maybe not. I feel like I'm not. Have I been like that the entire time, like kind of at an angle? I don't know. I just looked up, I'm like, why do I look weird? Okay. Spa gnome. This is another cute embroidery gnome. I feel like I'm sinking into my couch. Maybe that's why I looked weird. Spa gnome. Where are you at? Here it is. Holding it back. I don't have a mock-up printed. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And my goal is to do 500 stitches. And I think what I'll do, I'm doing this on one of those rolls of the pretty colored dyed Charles Craft Adas that you can pick up at the store. It's like the pink purple one. And I think what I'm going to do, look at those little cucumber eyeballs. I think I'm going to do 500 stitches up in the towel head because it's a lot of white. And probably, I think it's white and gray. And I'll probably try to do like 500 stitches on it up in the towel because I'm going to never finish this if all I have left is the white part. So I'll probably do work on the towel head, towel wrap, whatever. 500 stitches on that. Okay, this is the last one. Let's mix it. Let's mix it. Let's do a real good mix. There's some hiding in the corners here. Okay. All right, last one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Last one. Cosmic Bowling. Yes. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artworks by Amy Stewart. This is 750 by 535. It has 89 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. It looks like my nephew's birthday parties that he has had every year for the past few years. I hope that he keeps wanting to do the bowling parties. I feel like they're a lot of fun. And I just realized I don't know if I'll be able to go to it this year because if she has it the weekend before his birthday, I'm going to be at the retreat. That's a shame because I really enjoy those parties because they have a really good like grill area and they had this salad that was fabulous, and I can have a couple beers and get one of them giant salads that'll feed me for lunch and dinner. And there's like disco lights and the boys have a blast, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'll be sad if I miss it. Oh. But I probably won't even think about it because I'll be on the retreat. Okay, I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And this is my starting point. And my goal for this, all right, so here's my starting point, okay? My goal is to get it to 0.5%. I think I need about 1,300 stitches to do it. I needed 1,800. I did 500 last time. I'm at 0.17%. And I want 0.5. Is that right? Is that what it said? 0.5%. So there are 20 projects right there. I'm not going to show you California Dreaming or Catching Rays this time because let's start filing these other ones away real quick while I'm talking. I'm not going to show you those two because I just had pulled them out and showed you for what I had worked on. But I'm also filing these away while I'm talking because I need to get to my year-long projects, and these are all covering it up. Not that one either. How about this one? Nope, that's California Dreaming. How about this one? Nope. This one? Yeah. Okay, this is pattern. This pattern is no longer available. So this is, now we're getting into my year-long goals. And then I'll talk for a few minutes about potential plans for next year, and then we'll wrap it up. This is from Stitch Area. These are all quotes from the TV show Friends, or things from the TV show Friends. This pattern is no longer available, but I'm sure if you type in Friends quotes or something like TV show Friends quotes, I'm sure somebody has a pattern out there somewhere. And I'm just doing this on a roll of Aida, like a piece of Aida that I had in my stash when I started it in 2020. Do not freak out when you see the tiny, tiny little edge of border that I have. It fits. I counted up, I counted down. It fits. This is my starting point on it so far. So my goal for this was to do 12,000 stitches on it. I only need 5,400 stitches to get this goal complete. I don't know if that will make it a finish or not, because this is getting me a lot further than what I thought I had. You know what I mean? Like, I did not realize how far 12,000 stitches would get me with this piece. But I only need 5,400 stitches to get that goal done for the year. Next up is Day to Night Iceland. This is a retired chart from Pain Free Crafts. It is no longer available. However, artwork is by Lars Stewart. However, Heaven and Earth Designs is licensed, does do his patterns as well, and they have released, I don't remember what Michelle is calling it, but she's released basically like kind of Day to Night North America. I have all 4 of the Day to Night pieces. This is Day to Night Iceland. And my goal for this for the year was to get it to 12%. And I'm very far behind on this. I am currently at 2.64%. That's my starting point with it. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And I need, to get this goal complete, I need about 24,573 stitches. And stuff like this is why I said I'm not going to get all my goals done. But I'm trying to do it block by block, parking. But my count's off somehow. I think when I went back and started, I keep starting up here. And then I'm like, oh, I should have actually started down here. But yeah, that's my starting point with it. I'm at 2.64%. So I need about another almost 10%, like 9.5% or whatever to finish this. 24,573 stitches to get that goal done. Okay, I have 7 year-long goals. They were basically, this group I was in, I had to pick like a few pieces to like set a goal for every month or whatever. And so these are it, but I don't participate in that group anymore, but I'm still going to try to get them done. This is a dimensions kit called Whole Lotta Latte. I'm stitching with everything that came in the kit. My goal for this was to do 18,000 stitches on it, and I still need 14,400 stitches to get this goal complete. That's where I'm at with it so far. I have a love-hate relationship with this piece because I like the end result and it's going to be really cute, but I don't like really working on it very much. Ah, come on. Get back in there. All right. And my Magic Potion temperature cell. This is from Teeny Weeny X Stitch on Etsy. And this is a sample of how it could look. This is a temperature cross stitch. So I'm taking the temperatures from where I'm at, and there's a guide that you use. Where is it? Where's my guide? There's a guide you use. It's in here somewhere, color guide. So these are my ranges right here. I have 100 plus, and then every like 10 degrees, and then 40 and below. And what I had said was, because I live in Florida, if it's 90 or above, I'm going to do the high of the day. If it's like 40s or below, 40 or below, I'm going to do the low of the day. Otherwise, I'm going to do the average, because we have such a high fluctuation of highs and lows. Like I think I showed last time on New Year's Day, it was like a high of 76 and a low of 32 or something like that. So I would have a very, very boring temperature cell if I just did the average for every day. All right, so I'm doing this on a piece of fabric from Bestitch Me called It's a Mystery. It's a 32 count opalescent linen, Lugana linen. And that's where I'm at with it so far. My goal was to have this thing done by the end of the year. I need 23,856 stitches to do it. This is January, and this is start of January and February. I'm very far behind. I am very far behind in writing down my temperatures as well. Maybe. I have, oh, maybe not. I have January and February, March and April, and I have May. I need to do June and July's temperatures and start a list for August. Yeah, so I'm super far behind on that. Okay. My next year-long goal is a kit from Design Works called Coffee Break, right? Yeah, artworks by Krista Hamrick. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And my goal for this was to do 18,000 stitches on this one as well. And I'm doing this block by block, completing each block in its entirety before I move on to the next. I'm getting close to completing, this block got completed, and I'm getting close to finishing the cappuccino block. So almost done with that one. But 14,000, did I say this? Whole lot of latte, I needed 14,400 stitches to get that one done. Yeah, I did say that. Coffee Break, I need 14,200 stitches to get that one done. And is that it? Is that all my, oh, let me put this one away, Rainbow Castle. There we go. So yeah, that's it. Okay. So, and then, so those, and then the California Dreaming and the Catching Rays. All right, so my potential plans for next year. Let's talk real quick about this, and then we'll end this. So I've been chatting with a few different people about what I could potentially do for my plans for next year. And what I think I may do, if you don't care about this part, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. But if you do care, what I was thinking about doing was I want to keep this board, and I want to keep, whoopsies, sorry. I want to keep this board. But for all my starts, I'm gonna have to have 2 or 3 boards for sure. And I want to keep my baskets. My basket is not going anywhere. If anything, I'm going to have a lot more baskets. So I was thinking of, in order for me to make progress, because I know I'm not going to get my goals done, but I have a crap ton of projects I want to start, regardless of what I said I was going to do. I'm just going to gather up everything that I want to start, and I'm going to put it into the bucket to be started. I don't care anymore. I may get up to, I don't know how many it's going to be. I don't know. I'm still putting stuff together because I haven't even written down everything that I actually have stuff for. I got all that fabric from Denise, and so I have to see what matches up with if I start every full coverage piece that I want to start, I will have well over 60 full coverages by the end of the year, next year. So I have to see what fabric matches up with my patterns so that I can go ahead and get that together. So what I was thinking was I'll have a basket for new starts, and I will pull out, like I said earlier in the year, the only new start that I know faux show that I'm going to do on a specific date is Mountain Cabin, I think it's called, from Heaven and Earth Designs. Did I load it on Pattern Keeper yet? Because I'm kind of doing it. I'm going to be doing kind of like a start along with Case from Jeep Girl Stitches. Right, Case? We're going to do that as a start along for New Year, New Start still. I don't even think I have it on Pattern Keeper yet. But I think it's called Mountain Cabin from Heaven and Earth Designs by Dominic Davison. And I guess I don't. Anyway, I know that one I'm going to start on New Year's Day. Other than that, there's no rhyme or reason to it, what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have a basket for my new starts, and I'll pull out 14 of them. Well, it depends on I'll have to see how many I have all together, but I'll probably pull out like anywhere between 10 to 15 of the new starts. And I'm only going to put in 200 stitches on them because I'm in Whip Warriors, and for Whip Warriors, you need 200 stitches for it to count as whip. So I'll do 200 stitches on all my new starts. That way I can move on to something else, but I can still get my new starts going. And then I'm going to have different baskets for the categories, right? I'll have different baskets for the categories. They're not all going to look like this. It's going to be a little haphazard. But I was going to do like full coverage gnomes, because I have a lot of gnome patterns right now, and I'm going to have more. Full coverage gnomes, fancy like fancy pants, because it'll be like my fancy ladies, and like my mermaid style. I don't have any fancy ladies right now, but I have two kits that could count as fancy ladies in Her Garden and Once Upon a Time. And I have a Mirabilia that I have not started yet. And then I'm gonna have my mermaids. And then I have like these Mother Nature women things in my cross stitch magazines that I want to start that could kind of count as fancy ladies in my eyes. So I have patterns that could count as fancy ladies, so that'll be a category that will get added to as I get them started. Like really small pieces, probably like Etsy patterns. I might even have a category just for Stitch Rovia patterns, because I have a lot of her patterns already. Plus I have like the 3 books that she has out that I'm going to be starting patterns out of those as well. I'll have a category for samplers, and I'll probably have like a category for like kits, because I have a lot of kits and I'm going to be starting a lot of kits. And I think I'm going to do one for like seasonal, like spring, summer, autumn, like, you know how I have a lot of those spring, summer, autumn, winter things. And then probably a separate one for holiday, which would, I have to see how many holiday pieces I have, like Christmas, Halloween, Easter, Valentine's Day stuff. So I don't know if I'll have one for Christmas and one for holiday for all the other holidays, or if I would just lump Christmas with the other holidays, because I have a lot of Christmas patterns. And then I'll have one for like other, where I don't know what category it would go in. And I think what I would probably do is pull, depending on how many categories I have, I'll pull 10 to 15 new starts and just throw in 200 stitches just to get them going, right? And then I would pull like 3 from each of those baskets of those categories. I would pull out 3 from each category. And if I don't get, if say I pull out 3 and I only work on 2, that one that I didn't work on would stay out. The other 2 would go back in the basket, but that one would stay out, and I would pull out 2 more to replace the 2 that I had worked on. And that way I don't run into this thing, well, I didn't work on it, it's gonna go back in the basket, and then I don't pull it for 6 months. And I'll just kind of keep switching stuff out that way. And I'm still thinking about if I'm going to have like a larger goal, because what I like about what I'm doing right now is the fact that I have been able to, like, I wanted to work on everything. And I don't feel like bad about not working on something because I'm working on other stuff, because I know I'm just going to pull it later on down the road out of the basket. And so I don't know if what I'll do is I'll go, when I do my whip parade at the end of the year, if I'll say I'm going to work on this until it's done, or if I'm going to work on this till I hit a certain percentage, but I'll make it a higher percentage, not like, you know, something that'll let me work on it for a while, because I'm going to run into the issue of pulling the same things over and over and over again and not working on other stuff. So once I hit that higher goal, then I'll set it aside. That way I don't work on something for like one time and then I'm all done with it until the end of the year. But I'll set it aside so I can get through some more of these other whips that I have, because I'm going to be adding a lot to it. Once I get the pattern started with the new start, then I'll put it into its respective basket and it will go into that rotation as well. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing. I think that sounded confusing. I'm not sure. And I think what I'll do is I'll set the goal. Once I know, when it gets closer to the end of the year, I'll probably go ahead and I'll start dividing everything up into its categories. And then based on how many is in each category, I think we'll determine what the goal is going to be for it. Because if I only have like 5 in that category, I'm just going to keep working on them until they get done, right? But if I have like 30 in that category, then I'm like, okay, let's kind of set these goals down a little bit so that I can make sure I can touch every single one of them at least one time. And then some of them I will say, I love this piece so much and it's not huge, I want to work on it until it's completely finished. But yeah, I think regardless of how many categories I have, because I'm probably going to come up with more. Like, I know I have a lot of like stitching jewels design pieces. Sorry, I have more that I'm going to start. I mean, like, if I have a lot from one particular designer, I may go ahead and just have them be in their own category and just keep rotating through them until they get done. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many I end up with. But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. What do you guys think? I love the baskets. I really do. So I want more baskets. And that's why I was kind of doing these different categories. But I'll pull like just 3 from each one, so it's not like so I don't spend 3 hours pulling like 10 from each one. I'll do like 3 from each category. So yeah, but like 14 or 15 like new starts, depending on how many new starts I end up getting. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we're at 1 hour and 49 minutes. Whew, that's a lot. Okay, so if you like what you had to see and you're not already subscribed, I don't know why you're not already subscribed at this point. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. If you have any questions, any comments, or anything like that, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. And I will have the pieces that I worked on. I will link all of them that I can to, if you wanted to buy them. I will link as many of them as I can. There are some that, like the kits and stuff, you'll have to like Google it or something. I'm not sure. I'll look and see if I can find them somewhere. If I can, I'll put a link where you can purchase it if you want it. But that's it. That's all I got to say. Oh, I will also link below. I will put a link in for this Fiberlicious and Bella Filipina Sal It's I bought it off of Fiberlicious's website, but I'll put that link down below too. And I think that's all I got to say. I believe that's all I have to say. So take care, happy stitching, get a lot of stitches in, and I will talk to you later.